I got 50 plus side hustles that you and I are going to go over in this video as a supplement to our brand new released side hustle rankings guide for 2023, leading on my personal experience as starting my side hustle originally here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2015. And since, if this is maybe the first time you and I are meeting, since I've worked on most every major side hustle app and niche, I have done it part-time, I've done it full-time, I've done it in very large marketplaces, and here in Pittsburgh, a medium-sized marketplace, let's say. So listen, there's going to be chapters in this video. If you're watching this on yourdrivermight.com, you can get your free copy, by the way, yourdrivermight.com/rankings if you'd like to follow along. 100% free resource that's actually going to be turned into a bundle of resources soon. So definitely check that out. And thanks for being here. We got a lot to go over, folks. So let me know where you're watching from, and let's jump into it. But listen, if you're unfamiliar with what we're doing here, we're ranking 50 plus major side hustles here based on not only my personal experience, but talking to drivers and workers like you. Since immersing myself in this space since 2015, thousands and thousands of trips and transactions here. And we're going to keep it simple. We have some scoring criteria. So check it out. Here's how we're going to score everything today. Overall, scoring will follow the criteria below in that key in blue, but I'm reading this in yellow here. You can follow along with your own copy if you'd like. Now, this is ultimately opinion-based, okay? It's like I'm one person I've talked to and, worked on these platforms, etc. But, it's ultimately opinion-based. I want you to form your own opinion using this as a tool, by the way. All I do is I help you make money in different side hustles. I want you to get from A to B on your earnings goals as fast as possible. And app or gig A might be really popular in your market, and then, app B or platform might be good in another marketplace. So these are opinion-based. Scoring will consider, as I mentioned, information directly posted on company websites, real world, my own experience when applicable, because I haven't driven on absolutely every one of these. You'll see it denoted clearly though, and your driver and worker feedback. Scores are on a 5.0 scale, with 0 being the worst and 5 being the best. So the criteria that we're going to judge this on here, based on this key in blue. Number one, ease of use. Does the platform have an easy to understand app interface? So that's going to be just using the platform itself. Is it easy to understand, or does it look kind of not really piecemeal, kind of hard to understand? The buttons are all over the place. It's not really organized. That's ease of use. Total effort, because if I told you you're going to make $25 an hour, okay, are you going to be like sweating your butt off all day, working a crazy hard, let's say, shift, versus like, dude, you can make $25 an hour doing this other gig and not have to go through that same process? That's total effort. Problems. Does the app/work have delays? Any other workload specific problems? Specifically, we're talking about problems doing the actual task. Ease of use, the actual interface. Problems, the actual work task. Pay opportunities, right? How is the pay? Is there bonus pay? Well, how much is there of the bonus pay, or is it super rare? And then can I get any other incentives? How's the pay, right? Now, all of those criteria based on a 5.0 scale are going to add up to a side hustle score. So we're going to use in part the side hustle score, but I've actually ranked these myself, obviously considering the side hustle score. And a lot of the times it is directly related to that score, but using all of this together, 50 plus side hustles, I have a rankings list for you. So this is really going to be your ultimate tool. Thanks for being here, folks. Appreciate you joining. Richie, thanks for being here. Lane from San Diego. Scott. So let's jump into it. We have a lot to cover here. Now this, again, as a tool, is going to be a supplement to using this on your own. So what I need you to do, yourdrivermight.com/rankings, it's a free guide here. It's a high-level guide. Use this as number 2, as a little bit more flavor and background of these apps and platforms. Number 3, what this sheet doesn't cover is criteria. How do I qualify? Do I need a vehicle? What types of bonus pay? And important support articles. So don't waste your time researching all that stuff on your own. So if you want to go a little deeper, we have a side hustle starter guide that goes even deeper, and it has everything linked for you. So that's at yourdriveformight.com/starter guide. The starter guide is, in addition to this, in my opinion, where you should start or grow your side hustle. So everything's organized. That starter guide is going to save you a ton of time versus researching. Could you imagine 50 plus side hustles on your own? It took me like a week or so. So it's compiled into one resource. So from worst to best, and I'll tell you why. Skillz mobile gaming platforms. So let me read the comments here on the right, and then I'm going to add a little more flavor, and we'll move on from there because there's a lot of side hustles here. It can feel like you're working in circles on the Skillz mobile gaming platform. Skill-based matchmaking makes consistent winning difficult as you wager funds. You'll typically hover around break even. So, I mean, looking at your spreadsheet or looking at this, it's a mobile gaming side hustle. You literally play games. Football was my favorite, archery, bowling. But it's skill-based. As you win, you go against other skill users, and you're literally like betting the money that you put into this platform against other users. But since it's skill-based, you're both pretty good. So in my experience, I did it for like off and on for a year, that you're going to hover around break even. So the people that are actually making money, I find it very hard to believe. You got to have some kind of special strategy, something, but best practices are shared amongst other players. If you dig for videos, etc., it's not worth it. In my opinion, Skillz mobile gaming. It's fun, but referrals reward you in bonus cash. That's not even real money per se. It's just like credits. Not worth it. Last, number 54. Swagbucks. Let's bundle these next few here because they're very similar. Swagbucks, Survey Junkie, Inbox Dollars, Eureka. These are all survey platforms on your phone. And these are all, yes, point-based. Point-based side hustles like, hey, you do this side hustle. I don't care what it is. It takes 2 minutes, 5 minutes, however they frame it, and you get like points, and then you redeem the points for gift cards. It doesn't even matter if it was straight cash. The payout for the time invested, it is just not worth it. It is extremely repetitive. Let's look at some of the numbers here. The total effort of 2.0, which means it's completely not worth all the time you're going to put into it. Mike, it's semi-passive. I don't need a car. I can do this from home. I can do this whenever on a road trip with somebody. It's still not worth it. Don't waste your time with it. In my opinion, okay, Swagbucks, Survey Junkie, Inbox Dollars, Eureka. The pay opportunities, you can see there, 2.0. I give that across the board for these mobile survey platforms, but not all mobile survey platforms, or not all survey platforms, I'll say. So keep that in mind as we move on. Number 7, Coin. So it's a digital rewards platform. You can see in my comments here, I wrote, it's difficult to initially learn. There's a concept of getting digital currency called coin that's then redeemable for cryptocurrency, in this case, XYO token. So crypto, it's valued at some kind of cash value. So you'd have to take the coin and then convert it into crypto, have some kind of digital wallets. I used Trust Wallet, not an endorsement, it's just what I used. And then you just, withdraw that into, your bank. But there's a lot of ways to earn this coin. So it's a geo mining app. It'll say, well, we see you're in this certain location, and drive a block, and there's an icon that confirms you're on that block, and it'll mine, that's what it's called, like a little pickaxe, like mining. It'll mine a square in the overall map of your area. Cool, you're there, we've confirmed it, and you get a digital reward, which is coin. It happens automatically, but there's like a 3-hour limit to run it in the background. Then you have to have it in the foreground of your phone. So if you're trying to multi-app, if you're trying to do other side hustles and use it, you're going to have really a paid plan. There's two versions. There's one that's like $35 a month. There's something that's, I don't know, $50 a month, whatever it is. So that's going to allow you to have more foreground time on the phone. Background time with the phone, letting it geomine. It gives you earnings multipliers for this coin. And I commented here, you really need, I did comment, an optional Sentinel X, which is a credit card looking Bluetooth device. They had a physical kind of plastic coin looking things too that also give you coin multipliers. But for all of that effort, I mean, I did not see the reward. You can see that marked on a 2.5 for pay opportunities, unless there's like referral incentives. Most all of my coin, the big chunk of it is from referrals. And it's not a bad strategy. If you have access to a network that you can share your referral code while also doing let's say a premium plan, then you also have the Sentinel X, then you could earn more coin there. Moving on. Stickr. It's a platform that I've recently gotten more involved in. And folks, there's videos on our channel, Your Driver Mike, if you're watching this on our website. If you are watching this live on the replay, drop a like on this video and share this with somebody. Click the share button to help someone that's trying to choose or grow a side hustle. Stickr will pay you money to put a sticker, on your car. But the problem is you pay $9.99 a month, and then by the company's own terms of service, they say cash rewards may be only a few dollars here and there every month. That's directly from their site. You can watch our videos on that. So spending $9.99, and then there's almost infinite upsells. Hey, you can earn 5x the rewards. You can earn referral bonuses. You can earn 5 times advertising pay if you just advertise more stickers on your car. So there's ways that, and not all cost money, by the way. There's ways that they want you to spend money on the platform to get, 2x, 5x, whatever rewards. But I'm about to get my first payment in just a couple of days here. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Again, 1.9 on the pay opportunities here. It's a tough sell. Next, let's group Vrbo and Airbnb together. It's marked in orange because any tile that's marked in orange, as you can see here, indicates I don't have any personal driving or work experience in it. So my scoring is based on the remaining research that I've done. That's if I've talked to anyone in the space. That's if I've read, reviewed any support articles and the like. Now, if you just want to see what I've personally done, if you look at this tab up here, and again, this is a free resource, yourdrivermike.com/rankings, you'll see there's a rankings tab. I'm at the top. And next to it, it's personal experience. So if you can click on that, it'll remove anything that I haven't personally done. Because any ranking that I haven't personally done, it's given a more neutral ranking because I don't know personally either way. So we'll kind of group those together today for the purpose of this video. So all I'll tell you with Vrbo and Airbnb is you're listing your space for rent. Okay. It can be anything from like a couch, Airbnb says, to a room, to a house, to an RV, to a campsite, etc. Okay. That there's been increasing regulations on the short-term rental space. I'll tell you that. So first, if you're really looking at this stuff for hosting a space, look at your state, your local laws here of short-term rentals. You do not want to get backed into a property that, especially if you just bought it, and especially if you bought it for short-term rentals, just to find out there's something that's already being reviewed by your legislator, something that's already passed you didn't know about. If you're going to get into real estate, I would certainly look at just traditional long-term rentals. Now, caveat, I can't give you financial advice. Nothing in here is, legal, professional financial advice. I'm not a, financial advisor. But if you're looking at income properties, I would make sure again, don't back yourself in a corner there when it comes to legal restrictions. Number 45, Walmart Spark. What did I say about Spark? Spark tends to have waits at pickup locations, and they're centrally based locations requiring commuting miles to obviously get there, but to drop off and then come back there, make seemingly good dollars to mile ratio runs average at best. Bonus pay also counts batches as one trip. So a batch, or a stacked order as we call it, is 2 or more assignments for one driver, worker or whatever. So if Spark, Walmart's, okay, most of your pickups are going to be obviously at a Walmart or a Sam's Club. There's some other, other participating locations. Most of them are there. So do you live near a Walmart or a Sam's Club? If not, boom, add on a 15, 20-minute commute just to get down there. Like me here in Pittsburgh. It takes me like 25 minutes to get down to the North Versailles, Bethel Park. What other ones? Bethel Park, Northville. Anyway, it takes me some time to get down there. Next, you get an assignment. There's shop and deliver. I mean, you can do it if you want. I've done some, they're okay. But the easier runs are just delivery. So boom, drop off, here's Sam's order. I go to the pickup spot where everyone goes, the little marked spots, and then I wait for an associate to load it in my vehicle, their grocery order. But the problem is, like I cited, there's always seems to be a wait. I understand this is anecdotal, but trust me, I read the comments on all of our Walmart Spark videos. It's not seamless for as large, and you would assume a large budget company like Walmart. It's just not a seamless experience. On top of that, assume it was a seamless experience. I get to the Walmart. Hey, Mike, here's Sam's order, whatever. They load it in your vehicle. Then you got to drive to the customer, obviously. But then what after that? You have to come back to a pickup location. Where's the pickup location? You got it. It's a Sam's or a Walmart. So unless you got lucky and you got a drop off right by another Sam's or Walmart, you're going to probably have to go back to the Sam's, the Walmart, the location that you were just at. In essence, doubling your miles every time. Because what you want to do, ideally, is I finish an assignment and my next pickup is like right here. Ideally, that's what you want to do. But instead, on Spark, I'm getting my assignment and I go all the way back. And I got to drive all that way back because there just isn't, you don't have that ability to what we call ping pong orders to keep it going. Sweatcoin. So they'll pay you to walk. The only thing is, similar to Coin, it's another kind of digital rewards platform. We all walk, if you have the capability, I should say, honestly, if you have the capability to walk, then you get rewards for your steps. But the problem is, like Coin, it's just not quite worth the reward. I ran the math on it, and the credits you're getting for the steps, it would take either a ton of steps. Or the same thing as Coin, just more referrals to give you more digital currency, sweat coins, they call it, to make it worth it for those redeemable gift cards there. Amazon, selling on Amazon. Denoted in orange, again, any cube then sell, I should say, it's on a Mac numbers. By the way, youdriveformoney.com/rankings to get a free copy of this. I encourage you actually at checkout. Well, I said checkout, it's a free product. Okay. This is a free product, but when you complete your download, I should say, there is an option to get a discount on our side hustle starter guide. I would take that opportunity to get this for free and then get the side hustle starter guide at a discount, because this is not going to go nearly in the detail and to give you actual resources as that starter guide. So youdriveformoney.com/rankings to get this copy here. But selling it, we'll group these two, Amazon and Etsy, and why not? And eBay, we'll group them all together because there are sellables here. If you have any experience in the sellable space on any of these platforms, what's the biggest challenge? I bet you're going to say oversaturation of sellers. And I know the sellers on Etsy especially don't like that, because Etsy started out as kind of that mom and pop, made with my hands, small business kind of thing. And I've heard from Etsy sellers that even that space is getting oversaturated with Alibaba flippers and just larger companies. So if you're going to sell on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, number one, look at the regulations. Number two, as I comment, especially I commented more on the starter guide, that you really have to use a software program. I haven't done it, but a quick Google search or search on YouTube will show software programs that find any holes of availability. Like for instance, I hold this up apparently in every video because it's right by me. These AirPods. Pretend this was like a random headphone that's not as popular, okay? So Sam's headphones. You know, it's like number 5 in the market space. Well, you could see what are other sellers selling it for, what's their margin, and how many units are they selling, etc. So you really, in my opinion, you really need to have some kind of software program. You cannot sell on these platforms just by thinking you have a good product. These platforms, to even stand out and get traction, are, in my opinion, 99% analytics based. So that's my opinion on those sellable platforms. Gopuff, ranked number 40 in this list here. Comments say, centrally based warehouse and low base pay per pickup greatly drop Gopuff's attractiveness. Gopuff. It's a convenience, last mile delivery service. You want Cheetos, you want an Arizona green tea and Q-tips at 2 a.m, Gopuff's gotcha. Versus, other places might close because they have a warehouse of all that stuff here. They cut pay per delivery. Okay. They cut pay maybe, I think it was late 2022, maybe sometime 2023, maybe Q1, where at least here in Pittsburgh, they dropped that per delivery pay. Number 2, here in Pittsburgh, they closed the warehouse. I know that's anecdotal, but consider how far away that warehouse is. Number 3, the centrally based warehouse, it's the same thing. You get 1, 2, or 3 bins. You go in the warehouse, the bin has the customer's bag of stuff, you make your delivery. And then what? It's the same thing as Spark. You got to come back to that warehouse, in essence, doubling your miles. On top of a low per delivery rate, decent to low tips, I'd say. Lower tips certainly than grocery, lower tips than ride share and food delivery. Gopuff, not a great side hustle, ranked number 40. Peerspace, if you have a creative space, an office space, a meeting space, or a film space, that's really what Peerspace is designed for, ranked number 39. So you can see here the total effort, it gets hit right here at a 3 out of 5. I've used Peerspace as a customer filming our Mastering Delivery course. If you want to learn the basics of food delivery platforms as a driver, that's Mastering Delivery on yourdrivermike.com. I used a Peerspace space to film that course. I'm concerned about the turnaround time, the margins. Now, if you have a space and you're also using it, but you don't use it like on the weekends, I don't use it after 5 p.m., then it can be a cash flowing space for you. It would allow you to use that space in part as a business expense as well. Talk to your CPA, not legal tax advice there, but it allows you to offset some of the operating costs there. Other than that, because you can see pay opportunities, yeah, it's decent, 3.9, but I'm a little concerned of tenant turnover. The space that I used was littered with surveillance cameras, so that would actually kind of be a smart thing to do as well, because it's a big asset to have your space that you're renting there. Not the worst though. Facebook Marketplace. One that I thought I personally did, but marked in orange there. I've used OfferUp, which is Let Go as well. Yeah, you know what Facebook Marketplace is, just selling items or flipping items on Facebook. So yeah, pay opportunity is not bad, 4.0, because I mean, you can sell what you want to sell, market for what you want to market. It's just a digital garage sale, right? Problems, a 3.5. So you and I both know, trying to coordinate a sale with a stranger. Now, I know a lot of places now have official meetup sellable spots, usually outside a police station. I think it actually is, but or other communal areas will all have a designated swap place that's surveyed. But ease of use, yeah, it's fine, 4.9. I just want to make sure you're safe whenever you're exchanging items. I've used, again, I believe Facebook Marketplace, maybe as a customer before, and it was seamless on my end there. Turo, number 37, which might actually Thinking about it, could be ranked even lower than Facebook Marketplace. I have personally listed my vehicle, my 2015 Volkswagen Passat, like 80-some thousand miles on Turo here in Pittsburgh. I've had 4 customers or 5 customers, and pretty quickly was recommended as a top host, I think it's called. I had a customer tell me, they're like, you were ranked as a recommended or a top host. I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. But looking at the chart here, it's not, in my opinion, worth the pay opportunity 3.9 for the problems 3.5. That Passat, I think I had last listed it at like $99 a day. I think I started even cheaper comparing to comps. But the problems of having a stranger, right, with a license, take your vehicle, who knows where, to do who knows what, and get this. They can drive, because we teach you here the dollars to mile ratio, and actually bundled with this, we're bundling our terms and strategies guide. That's going to give you definitions of terms and strategies that we use in the channel. But at a minimum, they can drive 200 miles a day. So imagine I'm charging $100, let's say. That's before Turo fees, and they can drive 200 miles before they incur any more costs. And I had someone drive more than 200 miles, and I could invoice them after that, but they are just racking up them. I think they did like, I can't remember, 75 miles, 100 some miles over the 200 or over the overall cap there, just racking up miles on your vehicle. Not worth it. Turo is best in Turo. There you go. Say that 5 times fast. Tourist areas with a higher margin vehicle. I know it's like kind of higher risk to have a higher margin vehicle, but in tourist areas, beachside, wherever people will pay it, and then you can mark, 21 and over only, 25 and over. I'm trying to remember the cap there. Field agent. It's a secret shopper platform. The pay opportunities, no. It's $5, per assignment, at least what I saw, maybe $10. It's kind of awkward though. It works easy enough, but it's kind of awkward. I only did, I think, 1 assignment on it. That maybe 2. But you go into a store and field agent tells you, take a picture of the entire cheese section, which was an actual assignment I had. So, and they don't want people in it. So, I mean, it's a decently crowded grocery store. Just don't mind me. I'm just holding my phone up, waiting for people to leave. Someone leaves, snap a picture, and then it asks you to take quadrants of pictures so you can take the whole thing. It's just super awkward. And then if someone approaches you, an associate, field agent basically says you have to bail on the assignment because they don't want a confrontation. So then you just waste your time. And even if you do it, you got to, park there, go inside. Oh, here it is. Take some pictures and leave. Best case, it's an easy $5, maybe an easy $10, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Neighbor. I'm trying to remember Neighbor, actually. I believe Neighbor, I am blanking on it. Let me click on it. Oh, that's another good thing, by the way. While I'm doing that, Michelle, thank you for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you with the drop in the mic pair. I appreciate that. Folks, it's my goal just to simply help you make money in different side hustles. I know some people have more time than others, so our side hustle rankings guide that you're looking at is high level, quick. I just want to know a general take on this stuff. Then our side hustle starter guide, yourdrivermight.com, this is all under resources, folks, is, in my opinion, what you should be looking into. Make some time for it. Our starter guide gives you all these resources, official support pages, terms of service, applicable videos. It's a ton. I can't describe everything right now. Okay. So yeah, Neighbor, I just looked it up because there's a lot of side hustles and I've never done this one before. Renting a space, like a garage or something. I mean, it's fine. It's decent, but not the best side hustle when it comes to actually pay opportunities there, in my opinion. There we go. We almost lost you for a second, folks. We got too many tabs open. We're still losing you. There we go. Okay. Lime scooters. So charging electric scooters in your marketplace. I mean, I did this in San Diego, California, and the pay was great. And that's another thing. Like, if you're thinking, well, I know side hustles. I do Uber. I do DoorDash. I know about Shipt. But these things change. If you are doing this stuff for like 3 weeks, then that's fine. You're probably not even watching this video. But if you consistently at least want to know what options you have, you need to subscribe. I would get that starter guide. The only reason I'm saying that is it's a paid product. I'm being completely transparent with you. But number two, it's a ridiculous amount of work. It's going to help keep your options open, and it's consistently updated here. But it's because my point is the best apps change. Lime scooter charging, go collect these electric scooters. I know they've had regulatory problems in a lot of marketplaces. They left San Diego. I was there. We had spin scooters here in Pittsburgh. They got kicked out. You would collect the scooters, put them in your vehicle. I hope you have a big vehicle. Take them home, plug them in. So get some extension cords, and you better start gauging your power supplies. I don't think it costs a ton of money to charge, but it's just the pain of dropping them off the next morning. Moving on to mobile ads. Look for a video on this soon, folks. So this is an interesting one. So mobile ads, you can compare this to Carvertise and Wrapify. Getting paid to wrap your car with a vehicle here. Pay opportunities, it's 3.1. You can see that right here. Just because vehicle wraps are never going to pay you a ton of money. Now, effort, problems, ease of use, it's great. Because I did Wrapify. I will do Carvertise. I'm activated. And then I'm currently doing that Stickr. Again, that's why I was ranked super bad. Not worth it. But these ones, it's a bigger wrap, more comprehensive on your vehicle. It's super easy. They pay for the install and the removal. So you just drive around, you get paid. It's just not a ton of money. That's all. User testing. So ranked number 31 here. We're moving along, folks. Drop a link in this video. Comments on this. I guess comment on the rankings guide on our website. Give me some feedback of questions or side hustles that you've chosen. I like user testing. It is a survey platform that actually pays because these are companies and institutions that are legit doing market research. And I understand Eureka, Inbox Dollars, even Google surveys. I could add Google surveys, but it's right alongside Eureka and those other ones. But user testing, for the time involved and the actual money they give you, it is actually fair. It's legit. I mean, I've gotten paid. It's actually worth it. The only problem here, you'll see this denoted on the rankings, 3.5 on the effort. That's what really brings this down, because you need to do qualifiers and you are not going to qualify for a lot. Even user testing or their competitor respondent, one of them said this, that you'll only qualify for like 1 in 5 or less, but the ones who do qualify are worth it. So you have to weigh the pros and cons there. Hampr. Hampr is one that I am very curious about. I'm interested in Hampr. So how much would it take for you to wash someone's laundry? That's right. So as a washer with Hampr, they're not in a ton of markets. I don't know, maybe 15 states or so. But you'll collect someone's, literally a hamper that they provide you with their dirty laundry. You pick up the hampers, you get paid per hamper. So if they got 4 loads to do, you get paid 4x, kind of nice. You do the laundry, you wash, you dry, you fold it, you put it back in there, and then you drop it off. You'll get paid more if they want same day service. I know what you're thinking. Look, there's nothing gross, okay? And it's in their terms of service, nothing gross. nothing, no like chemicals and, reactive, whatever, what's the word? Substances, anything. Okay. It's your standard, like I wore it for the day kind of thing. That's what they say. All right. But, the operating cost I'm a little concerned about, 3.8 on the total effort here. Your washer and dryer is only can do one load at a time. You don't have a whole setup here for commercial washing and drying. It's going to take more time, your electric, your water bill. You're going to have to weigh the pros and cons of it. Honestly, though, it's kind of relaxing. I mean, I like doing laundry. It could be just me, but I mean, again, terms of service says it's not going to be anything nasty. It's just regular dirty laundry. Wear some gloves if you want. But I am concerned about the pay. 4.4, but this is an orange marked block because I have not personally been a washer yet. I'm going to move past Upwork briefly here, ranked 29. It's contract work, okay? You can put yourself on there for temp work or contract work. I haven't personally done it, so I'm not going to pretend to talk about this. I haven't done a ton of research on this as well, but, charge for what you're worth. Pay opportunities 4.7. It's very good because, again, I stand by that. Charge what you're worth. If you've been in a space 5, 10, 20 years, then charge what you're worth. And just have the backup for it there. I'm sure it's a competitive app, though. Platform, I should say, as well. SpotHero, we're getting in some orange blocks here. Remember, folks, orange means I haven't personally done it. I've just researched it. There is a tab on the top of the spreadsheet if you just want to omit these just to see what I've personally done and look at that ranking. I've been activated on SpotHero. I think it was called something else, Rent My Space, maybe in the past. Get this, you're renting your parking space. I don't hate that idea. Let's look at the numbers here. SpotHero, 4.3. You're not going to make a ton of money just renting a parking space. Problems, it's a little lower because I'd want to make sure they're only, using that space for storage. I don't want them coming all the time. You can talk to them about that if you're renting your space. And I believe SpotHero is primarily parking spaces as well, not garage. Well, yeah, a garage, but not like, sheds, we'll say, and stuff. And total effort, it's easy enough, 4.7. You don't got to do anything, okay? Looking into SpotHero, you can set your own prices. They provide recommendations. Listen, don't go off these companies' recommendations. They don't want you to charge a lot. Turo does the same thing. Like Turo would recommend my Passat should be $40 a day. It's ridiculous. So, be fair, but don't let your property, assets, etc. go away for free. Like, no. But I don't hate SpotHero. I just want to make sure that the client's okay, Fiverr, same thing as Upwork. It's another contracting platform. Charge what you're worth, folks. Moving on. OfferUp, similar to Facebook Marketplace. I like it better just because I've actually used it. Listen, if you have a product on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp that is a decent product that someone wants, you'll be surprised. I'd pause there. You'd be surprised how many buyers want your stuff. Old headphones, boots, chairs, equipment, a broken blender. Like there's people really like to spend money. But I'll tell you this, that I've sold products on OfferUp. I don't think I bought any, but I've sold products on OfferUp. Take good pictures. That is the biggest mistake I see. Just like lazy, crummy picture. Clear the space around it. Feature it nicely. Wipe off your camera lens. Okay? Take your t-shirt. Just wipe off the camera lens. It's all cloudy from your fingerprints. Take a clear, you don't got to get like lights. Just take a clear picture and take like 8 of each item. Unless it's like clothing. If it's a jacket, take a picture of the front and back. But even I've listed clothes, and even for that, like, would you buy a jacket on a website with just 2 pictures? Probably not. You want front, back. You want the tag. You want a close up of the fabric pattern and just look at the fabric. Any features, maybe the hem, whatever. The more pictures, the better. No one's going to drive 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, to pick up your jacket, your bowling ball, your whatever, with one crummy picture. You're selling it. especially if you want the Pokemon cards. It's graded a 9 or whatever it is. You better take some nice close pictures as well. You get the point. Moving on. Veho, that's another, that's a delivery platform, actually. I thought it was rental space. It's not. It's a delivery platform. Reliable couriers. We'll bunch those together. I have no experience in them. I haven't done them yet. I've just done a surface level research. Do your own research on those. Again, it's just a courier and delivery platform. Some of those are for larger items as well. So keep that in mind. Taskrabbit, number 23. We're getting down there, folks. Appreciate you watching. This is your supplemental video guide to our free side hustle rankings guide for 2023. TaskRabbit's assembly, I feel like is going to be your biggest gig, but now I'm thinking maybe lawn care as well, or house cleaning. It's just it's tasks. That's all it is. So like, yeah, I'll be a cleaner. I will do shovel snow, lawn care, pet sitter, all that stuff. Same kind of thing with other skill-based freelancing. Price what you're worth. If you have certain experience or credentials, list it. And I think also, if you're going to have clients, have a nice picture of yourself. Okay? Have a nice picture of yourself, presentable. You know, you want to meet me. Look, I'm friendly. I got a nice picture, not looking all bummy. Roadie. Haven't done Roadie, but you know, admittedly, I haven't heard the best things. And when I've looked at order requests, I haven't seen the best things, but it's not ranked super low. Pay opportunities take a hit there, but this is backed by UPS now. It's owned by UPS. The system, the interface looks fine enough. It all looks, but then the effort in the pay. That's basically it. It's farther runs, not the best pay, but Roadie's always been framed as like, do you want to make money on the way? And that's even before UPS bought it, folks. Like when Roadie was just a standalone private company, they even market it as like, just make money on the way. So it's not intended to like go out of your way, do this and that. But if you're already headed that direction, you can make some money. And then now those miles turn into business miles as well. Again, reminder, speaking of, our free Side Hustle Terms and Strategies Guide is coming out soon with this spreadsheet. It's going to be bundled together as your Side Hustle bundle. So look for that soon on yourdrivermind.com. Carvertise. Carvertise is another car wrapping platform like Wrapify. I like it. You know, pay opportunities. Again, I wouldn't be scared away at that 3.2 for the pay opportunities. It's still ranked number 21. It's still not that bad. But, you know, see how many campaigns are available in your area. See how long they want you to do it for. Same thing. They're going to pay for it to put it on, take it off. It's going to be done at a professional. Well, when I did Wrapify, they did it at like a decal. What's the word? I know it's a shop, but you know, they specialized in like trade show stands, signage, and vehicle wraps. These places, they know what they're doing here. It's just you want to drive around with an ad on your vehicle. So just look at how much money they're paying you. Instacart, it's fine. It works seamless, but the effort and the pay here, it's going to be shop time. How much am I getting paid per item, usually on Instacart and Shipt, by the way. So is Shipt below this? Not quite. So the more items, are going to take you more time. Flat out. I don't care how good you are at the restaurant. The grocery store is going to take you more time to shop. You're going to get better and better. Okay. If you already, you're always at that grocery store, I understand you already know the layout of the grocery store, but still you can only shop so fast before you look ridiculous running around that store, a la supermarket sweep. Dating myself, but yeah, not the worst. Number 20, Pickup. Pickup is now merged with Point Pickup. It's another last mile delivery service. Point Pickup, it's going to be up a little bit further up in this rank. We'll talk about them a little bit shortly here. Yeah, no personal experience with pickup, but again, now being merged with point pickup, you'll see my thoughts on point pickup. Rover. Do you like animals? Do you like dogs? Then Rover could be great for you. That's all you're doing. You're dog sitting, dog housing, I'm blanking, kennel, right? You can, what is it? That's not quite the word. Dog sitting, dog walking, check-ins. So it's the whole gambit. If you just want to do just check-ins, like, hey, I can only pop in for 15 minutes, bathroom, here's some food and water, I got to go. Or you can have stays, like, yeah, I'll take the dog for the weekend. I'll take it for 2 days or whatever it is. You get paid more for that, by the way. Kenneling, whatever, hosting, whatever. But another client-based platform, excellent if you have good customer service and expertise. If you have both expertise and just great customer service, and you can follow up with these clients and the numbers make sense, set your own rates here. You can charge more if you have the certifications and the experience. You can make some good money on Rover. Number, I can't see it, 18. But I've said this before, at that point, why not just start your own business? There's no commission. So you're going to have to source your own clients. Do not poach clients from any of these platforms to start your business. Mike, how would they know? I don't know. But listen, that's not a great legal precedence. And these companies say you're not allowed to do that. So if they just happen to find out, like, I don't know how they do it, folks. These companies, they have a lot of technology. I'm just trying to look out for you. But anyway, if you have these skills, then consider just starting your own business. You'll have better margins. You control the entire flow, and it's kind of fun, but it's risky. I get that. Care.com, as the name implies, it's a care platform, babysitting. I have zero experience. I will not pretend to have experience in Care.com. It's been around for a while, though. Frayt, Dolly, Curii, and Bunjii. Again, no personal experience marked in the orange there, just the research that I've done. A general overview. A lot of these ones are really targeted towards the larger deliveries. So if you have a truck, a cargo van, a pickup truck, you can make some good money. Bunjii says, I think it's $45 an hour is what they advertise. That's very good. That's literally some of the highest average hourly pay of most any side hustle. $45 an hour. Go to their website. You can click on this stuff. Download the sheet. drivermite.com/rankings. You can click on that. It'll open up Bunjii, and you can see what they advertise. You can see a little bit more detail on our starter guide. So I'd pick up that starter guide as well. But I think that's a great opportunity right now. If you have a larger vehicle, I think, again, there's a good opportunity, an underserved opportunity for large, less than truckload, they say, deliveries that can, let's say, fit a pallet. Okay. But even if you can't quite fit a pallet, just like larger, heavier items, I can't fit in my Passat, right? And they'll pay you more for that. Let's move on to number 12. We're getting down there, folks. Drop a like in this video. The reason I'm not saying that too much is because this is going to be embedded on our website as a tool for everyone using the spreadsheet. Hello, everyone on the website as well. Why not, right? So number 12 is what I do here. It's YouTube. So look at the numbers here. Excellent pay opportunities. Excellent. Problems? Yeah, there's problems. But it is hard. It is a 3.8 on the effort, and it is hard to understand a 3.8 on the ease of use. Now, I have developed 6 years, 1,200 videos, 21 million views. And I'll tell you firsthand, I have worked 3 years when I first started working a 9-to-5, wanting to do this and not making full-time income. When I started, I was making nothing. Like, oh, here's a penny, 15 cents a day, $1.25. There you go. And just doing it because I had a vision for a business in the future. I didn't do YouTube to be like, I want to be a famous guy. Like maybe if you have a kid and they're like 13, like, I want to be a famous YouTuber. My goal has always been I want to build a business on YouTube. I want to build a business on YouTube because I like making money. There's no shame in making money, folks. I'll talk about money all day with you. And I paired it with the fun gamification of a side hustle, trying all these different apps that gave me autonomy and turned it into a YouTube channel. Now, I've compiled a course, Mastering YouTube. You drive from mike.com/YouTube. It is not a cheap course. It's not supposed to be because it is 7+ hours of how I did this. I'll end it there, but it is for, if you want to do it full time, YouTube is for those that are willing to just go, well, all in as much as you can. Again, I've done this stuff with a 9 to 5, before with obligations. If you have a family, you have other stuff going on, I get that. But I did that too. Not with a family, but I've done this with all my other obligations. I love it, but it is a million times harder than a lot of people I think. Like, you just got to film a video, right? But anyway, I could talk to you. I might actually talk to you more about that. I am, well, now's not the place to talk about trainings and whatnot. So moving on. GoShare. Green means I just got activated. Have not done a shift yet, but I've seen order requests. And 4.7 on the pay opportunities. I've seen some good pay opportunities on GoShare. It's a delivery platform. It's not food. It's just, retail, whatever, consumer goods. It could be some larger items. And actually, here's another thing. GoShare pays very well if you have, again, the larger vehicles. If you have a car, it's like basically level 1. But if you have a pickup truck, if you have a cargo van, if you have whatever else, it pays more and more and more. Understandably, it costs more and more and more to operate those larger vehicles, but I think the margin is still quite good. I saw an order assignment that was strictly labor. That's another thing that stands out on GoShare. You can just be labor. They call it a helper. And I was paying like $64 to help load some lumber. So I drive to the destination number 1. I load some lumber. And even if it was 50 planks, I can do that. Get some gloves. It's not going to be just you. It's going to be you as a helper, and then the main person, maybe a third person. You're loading a truck, then you drive to the next location, you offload it into a building or right out there on the pile, and you're done. If it takes even an hour, then $64. But I like GoShare. Still in the beginning phases of it. Obviously more effort, so it does get docked, 4.4 in the effort there, but still some opportunities there. Dropoff. No personal experience, neutral ranking, but another platform that has a lot of opportunities, not only small parcel, but larger deliveries as well. Does get hit a little bit from the effort there. Wrapify. So wrapping your car with a vehicle, as I discussed with Carvertise, it's not going to pay a ton, but again, infinitely better than Stickr. Don't do Stickr, in my opinion, but I've actually done Wrapify. My Passat, they put an Amazon thing on the driver's side, passenger side doors, and the back windshield. I could still see out. It wasn't perfect, but I could still see out. Super semi-passive. If you want one of the most semi-passive side hustles there is, look at Wrapify. Yes, you got to have the thing in your vehicle. Is it the most aesthetic thing? No, it looks kind of funny. Consider where you're going to be going. Like everywhere that you go, just consider if that's your only vehicle. Okay. And then with Wrapify, you do get paid based on the miles that you drive. So there's a map of your city, a general area, and then a hotspot that'll pay you like 1.5x more basically. So you got to drive. You're not going to just get paid with it parked, in the garage, but pretty good. Pretty emphasis on pretty good, right? It's decent. Point pickup. We talked about pickup, which merged with point pickup. I like it. Rank number 8. Point pickup. It's another last mile delivery service. They primarily do grocery here. It's pretty big. It's not quite nationwide. If they are nationwide, it's not in every single market. But if you can get on a wait list, do it. With a lot of these good ones, I say the top 20, if any of them interest you, even the top 35, if they do have a wait list, if you can't get on right now, sign up. It's free. Get on the wait list. But I like point pickup. Pay opportunities, 4.7. Total efforts, 4.2, only because I had a little bit of a wait time. Start to snag my workflow on the last shift I did. But the margins have been insane. And I know it's anecdotal. It's going to vary. That's why we said at the beginning of this is opinion based. But from what I've seen, the pay's good, but there's just not enough volume. So it's not enough customer adoption. They don't have enough orders going. So this is what we call a filler app. So I'm going to fill my day, fill my shift, have these apps online, check them when I'm slow. I need something. Oh, here's an order. I'll take a one-off point and pick up. That's exactly what I've used this app for. Next. Amazon Flex. Amazon Flex, 4.4 on the total effort because, it has a centrally based warehouse. I do not like the centrally based warehouses, but you're only going to go there once, hopefully. Drive to your Flex warehouse, get your packages, your envelopes, and then get your delivery routes. Now, there's Amazon Fresh, where I'm going to do grocery, so I don't have to go to the warehouse. If there's a Whole Foods near you, boom, go to the Whole Foods, get a grocery run, Amazon Fresh, pick it up, deliver. That's easy, right? And just look at the standard stuff we teach you. Dollars to amount ratio, dollars to time, etc. So you can use it as a filler app in that sense. But a lot of us think about Flex as the warehouse runs. So I got to drive there. It takes me like 18 minutes to get to the one warehouse. And then I don't know where I'm going until I get there. They wheel out the rack of packages and envelopes. You scan the QR code and then boom, it gives you the routes. Oh, I'm going. It's always at least like 20 minutes away. Now consider it could be a good thing or a bad thing because it could be headed right back home. But a lot of them, it's like, oh, it's 20 minutes over here, 20 minutes down there. I've had ones that are like 45 minutes away at the worst. Now, looking at the numbers, look. Ease of use, it's super easy. I mean, for some reason, folks, in my opinion, you know what? I've said this before. I feel like Flex is one of the most fun apps that I've worked on. And I know that if we think rationally, it should just be like, how much am I getting paid, man? Amazon Flex does not pay the most. 4.4 on the pay. It's not worth it for warehouse runs unless it's like 20 an hour. You got to sign up for bonus pay. The closer and closer the start time gets, the more and more bonus pay they usually add, not guaranteed. So consider that for warehouse runs. And then Mike, you don't know where you're going. You already drove to the warehouse. You're going to drive 20 minutes away. And then yes, usually the actual delivery zone, the deliveries are very, very dense because a lot of people order on Amazon and then you're done, but then you got to drive home. But if you want a set it and forget it, if you want to be locked in for 3 hours to know exactly what you're doing, be guaranteed hourly pay. There's no tips on the warehouse runs. There's tips on Amazon Fresh grocery. Okay. But if you want to set it and forget it, if you don't want to worry about, I got to pick this request or the other, I'm guaranteed to make 22 an hour. Then for cash flow, I like Flex. That's kind of about it. For cash flow, it's a fun cash flow gig, but net profit, it's not the best. I'm being real with you, but it's fun. I'm zoned in for 3 hours. You listen to music. Deliveries are usually super easy. I understand. Yes, apartment complexes. I've got to carry this box up, whatever. I get that. That's just a personal experience. Respondents. Another survey platform, similar to the user testing that we talked about. Pay opportunity, again, it's good. There's no problems. It's super easy to use. It's just qualifying for those surveys. So with this, folks, let's get to our top ratings here. Let's reveal our top ratings. almost. You can kind of guess the first one. Grubhub, it's a staple. It works fine. In my opinion, they already have very, very low market share. They're not getting enough orders, but funny enough, Grubhub kind of turned into a filler app, with 20% or less market share in the food delivery space when it comes to sales. They're getting less and less orders in a lot of marketplaces. Still have it. Use it for food delivery as a filler app because they've always encouraged like good tipping from customers. So I've gotten really, really good margins, like $4, $5, $6 a mile, which equates to like, I don't know, it was like $10 tips, $15 tips on orders here and there. Lyft, what? And Uber, okay? Number 4, number 3. So they all work seamlessly. They've been around since like 2008, basically. I'm trying to remember when they were founded. 2008, I think, for Uber. We're talking rideshare. So rideshare, it's a staple. There's plenty of passengers that the pay is, it's pretty good. It's not that bad. And especially as I feel like both companies really want to get people back in a rideshare versus food delivery and other apps, that they can pay pretty well in bonus pay. The number one thing you might be thinking though is the problems when it comes to, there's driving. You're going to drive all throughout your marketplace, more so than food delivery and really any other gig. Flex can take you all the way out here, but that's it. Boom, here, done, home. With Uber and Lyft, you're driving all over your marketplace. You can decline runs, sure, but sometimes I'll tell you, there's curveballs, there's passengers that change ending destinations. Yeah, you can say, I'm not doing that. It's up to you. But what I've yet to mention is, yes, safety concerns. That is primarily the reason I don't love doing rideshare. And I have done rideshare. I've done Uber as of this past year. I plan on probably doing it again, doing it for renting the Tesla on the Hertz program to see how that goes. If I make more money with a Tesla, it's just fun. It's a little different than just a Passat here. But, it takes a, what's the word? It takes a focused and confident individual to do rideshare. There's nothing wrong with it per se. Folks, 99.999% of these rides are completely fine. It's just, I've never felt uneasy delivering a burrito, right? And there's nothing wrong with rideshare. I like both companies. I like both opportunities. That's why they're ranked number 3 and 4. They are excellent side hustles. They're great, but also I just remembered, what about late nights? Okay. Safety, it's so rare, which is fantastic. We want these platforms to be safe on any gig. Your safety is number 1. But what about things that are safe, but it's just like a pain in the butt. You're driving after 10 p.m., passengers that have been at a bar, are you gonna deny everybody? You're gonna eventually be like, I'm not making any money. You're just gonna say no to everybody if you're driving late night. I've heard drivers that basically say, yeah, it's up to you. When I first started, I drove 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. all the time, almost exclusively here in Pittsburgh. So you'll have stories. You'll have close calls, people maybe getting sick in the car, out of the car. I had someone get sick out of my car window, going through our tunnels here. Fort Pitt Tunnel, I think it was. There's nowhere to pull off. Nope. So you have the sick bags. I can't remember what happened there, but you have sick bags too. So there's that. So number 2 and number 1, as you might guess, Uber Eats and DoorDash. Platforms that I just like all around. It's predictable. There's problems, but is there really? Yes, there's wait times at restaurants. This is all I do here. Again, I help you make money in different side hustles. So it's my job to go over the problems. But really, what are your worst problems on food delivery? It's waiting at the restaurants. Yeah, there's app glitches sometimes. I think it's certainly more rare than 5 years ago. Sometimes there can be glitches on the app. Okay. I think now our concern has moved to fraudulent claims. It's unfortunate, trust me, but I know kind of the talk has been around, false contract violations on DoorDash. So that's the kind of thing. And I tell you what to do. Best practice is to protect yourself and your account, documents, follow local laws for video and audio recording, obviously. But other than that, it's kind of the same thing with rideshare. Like most of your deliveries are going to be fine. Most everyone, you're not going to have to deal with any of that like sketchy stuff, just fraud. I understand. It's a game of numbers, just like rideshare. You do 10,000 food deliveries, 10,000 rideshare rides, guarantee something's going to happen. I don't know to what degree, but you're going to have some stories after 10,000, right? With most any of these platforms. But if you want to minimize risk, I mean, I like food delivery. DoorDash, massive market share. Uber Eats, a strong market share as well. But DoorDash has more earnings opportunities. They're leaning into retail. They're leaning into non-restaurant, which I think is fantastic. I don't necessarily always want to do food delivery if I can also accept a package return. If I can accept a retail, whatever, what do they call it? Whatever, package or Uber Connect, let's say, for a package. I could do earn by time. I could do earn by order. There's different peak pay bonuses on both and whatnot. I think DoorDash is doing the most to give you more opportunities to actually come up with new stuff. Because listen, I mean, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. In fact, DoorDash had deactivated me for 2.5 years. Check out our channel if you haven't watched that video, and I just got reactivated. And throughout this whole time, I've said DoorDash has been number one because I think they're doing the most to be innovative, to give you new actual features, new not only pay opportunities and features, different ways to earn, but different types of earning as well. Like I just mentioned, food delivery, convenience, right? Different verticals. And Uber has kind of just been catching up. And now they're finally starting to be like, oh yeah, we should do non-restaurant. We should do non-food stuff as well. So they're a bit behind there. And they're just not innovating with bonus pay as much. Nothing's changed. It's still surge pay. It's still boost rather, which is kind of non-existent with Boost. So they're kind of running on autopilot almost features wise on the Uber and Uber Eats platform. It's still a great platform. It's still a solid platform, but a little bit behind there.